You're watching Cheery TV.
You guys want to see something cool? Huh? Yeah? Oh, it's awesome. I'm gonna turn it off for now, though. Howdy, everybody, and welcome to an interesting, fun, silly, small, little idea that I didn't have. Today, we are going to be doing something very fun, though. This is an idea that I just stole from Distractable. They are fantastic. They're very, very funny. I've been watching them for a long ass time. And on Friday, which was just yesterday, they released an episode of their podcast where they decided which 13 states were going to stay in the United States. And I thought that was very fun. I thought they had some very wrong opinions and choices and some very correct ones. So I wanted to throw my hat into the ring and see what we could do today. Ads are going to pop up, by the way. I don't know how to stop that. It's fine, because what we're focusing on here is the map. So this is just like a find United States map, but I was just like, I figured, oh, we have 7 minutes. Can I just do practice mode? Okay, so I'm not going to take 7 minutes. I just realized now that's actually going to be really annoying. I'm going to have to find a different quiz. Hold on. Here we go. This is GeoGuessers, and it's already started. Again, the time is not really as important as the topic at hand. So we're going to choose some states that I think should be saved. I have some choices in mind already. There's quite a few that I want to save, but there's also some that I don't know. And honestly, I feel like Colorado being so in already is kind of weird, but they didn't save Colorado, and I thought that was a mistake because truly I think Colorado
Oklahoma.
okay, it's talking to me. That was weird. But yeah, I think Colorado is a beautiful place. It's I believe I'm like 99% sure it's where South Park takes place, so that's pretty cool. It's very pretty, very nice, cool, very cool, dude. Very nice land. And there's nothing bad I can really say about Colorado. It's got the snow. The fact that there's snow makes if a place can have snow, it's high on the list for me. I just love that. Oklahoma, I've never seen a reason to keep Oklahoma around. It's literally just the frying pan state, so I'm not interested. So we're going to red that. Or is it making me?
Connecticut.
Okay, that's fine though. That's fine. Yeah, because this is how we're doing it, by the way, so you guys can see what I want. What I want. Connecticut is next, and listen, as cool as Connecticut is, who am I kidding? It's not cool at all. Yeah, who the fuck wants Connecticut?
New
Honestly,
Jersey.
Connecticut's not. Yeah, no, we're not keeping New
Vermont.
Jersey. We're not keeping New Jersey at all. Are you insane? You think you're funny? Oh man, that's a classic. That was hilarious. New Jersey would have been my first drop if I could have like picked in sequence. New Jersey would have been the first one to go. Nothing good about New Jersey exists at all. Don't at me. If you're from New Jersey, please leave the channel. You're not welcome here. All right. I'm kind of kidding. You can watch. I don't respect your living choices unless you didn't choose to live there, in which case choose to live somewhere else. It's terrible. It's a horrible, horrible place. The only thing that they got is theme parks. They got all the theme parks, but that's again tourist traps to lure you into New Jersey to then say you stay here now because you want to keep going to Sesame Place and freaking the one good Six Flags. Like no, I'm good. Vermont, I don't have enough connection to Vermont to actually want to do Vermont.
Dakota.
North Dakota is the worst Dakota. They got rid of South Dakota first on the Distractable episode, which I think is kind of a weird choice because it's got Mount Rushmore, which is pretty cool. They didn't even mention Mount Rushmore. I would not keep North Dakota. Pennsylvania. Listen, I live in Pennsylvania currently. It's a nice little area. There's lots to love about it. And they mentioned this before, and I firmly agree. They need to get rid of one of the hearts, so they got rid of Pennsylvania instead of Ohio. I'm keeping Pennsylvania, and when Ohio comes up, I'm sorry, it's getting the axe from me. I've not been there. I'm not interested in going there. Ohio, they got the chili. I know the chili's good. I've had obviously not like Ohio chili, but Ohio style chili, and it's pretty good. Rhode Island, I don't have any big
South
things to say
Carolina.
about it. You're gonna find that the 13 colonies over here, like some of them matter to me, some of them just don't. I mean, who needs them, honestly? But we're only keeping 2 states so far, and it's not going to continue because I don't really care much for South Carolina
Tennessee.
either, or Tennessee for that matter. I mean, it's just Tennessee has what? Billy Ray Cyrus and I guess Miley Cyrus in contention there. I mean, they're all right. Don't tell my song, my achy breaky song. It's not a great Weird Al parody, so you know the song itself wasn't that great either. So get him out of here. Washington. Ooh, this is actually a tough choice. Is Washington's flag just George Washington? That's terrible. That's a bad flag. This is one that I've not actually thought too much about. And I know there are still at least 7 states here that I'd want to keep. So I have some wiggle room for some states that I'm not too sure about. Can I actually like move on? Can I like skip this for now? Because I wouldn't mind.
California.
I can. Okay, great. Because Washington might be in there. California, though, it's not in there. California. Listen, I know it's got all the people. It's got all the movies. It's got all the money. It's got all the everything you can imagine. I don't ever plan on going to California. I don't think there's much good there. Even all the stuff that I just listed, the movies, the people, some of the things, some of the movies, the place where the movies are made, bad stuff. Lots of bad stuff in California. I always do this good stuff. One of my coworkers moved over to there with their family, but they drove as well. And I've had my sister lived in California for like a good bit. Don't mind Soup. He's having his own crazy time. So yeah, like it's okay. South Dakota. I don't know if I want to keep. I'm gonna hold on to it. I don't want to keep it. I don't think, but Mount Rushmore is a good excuse to keep it. Whereas Maine is just Maine. Like snip the tip. That's what I agree with. Here we go. Here is one that I can keep. Do I care that much about Louisiana? It's got like Mardi Gras and Baton Rouge, and they're slowly sinking anyway. So most people would probably opt to get rid of it for that reason. I'm keeping Louisiana 110%, and there's a very big reason that you will find out soon. Georgia. I don't know if I would keep Georgia. I don't have a whole lot of experience. Also, keep in mind, this is all from my own experience, my own opinions. I've only ever lived in 2 states, and I'm saving both of them. You'll find out which the other one is soon. But otherwise, the sky's the limit on how I think this should go. I don't think Georgia should stay. I'm going to be honest here. Wisconsin is this guy right there. And, you know, it's all right. It's got the cheese. It does have the cheese, and I actually do really like the cheese. I love cheese a lot. And if we can make cheese, like, so many things are going to get destroyed. So many infrastructures and so many businesses are going to go away. If we can keep the cheese, I actually think that could make a pretty good country. That would be our main export-import. And that could be pretty damn prolific and awesome. So you know what? Wisconsin, hey, welcome aboard.
Arkansas.
You're sticking around, as is Arkansas.
Kansas.
I think Arkansas, I don't actually know a single thing about it except for that one funny video where the lady's like, why is this Kansas? It's not Arkansas. Why is this Arkansas? It's very, very funny. Speaking of Kansas, you know, Toto, they're not there anymore, mainly because it's been sunk to the bottom of the ocean. We don't care about it. But yeah, North Carolina is next. I mean, again, I don't have any actual, I don't have much to say about it. Indiana has something to say. Every time I've ever done like in school or anywhere, like a name all 50 states quiz, or in my, like if I've ever like tried to name all 50 states, like without cheating or looking at a map or anything, Indiana is always the state that I forget the most. Like I'll get 49 out of 50, and then I'll be like, there's no one else that exists. And then there's Indiana. What happens in Indiana? I know Indianapolis is a thing, but who the fuck cares about Indianapolis? Click, click, click. Get rid of it. We don't need it. You know what we also don't need? Michigan. Because listen, if we can't have shit in Detroit, why should Detroit have any shit to do with in my beautiful America? So I'm just, yeah, get rid of it. We don't need it. It's not necessary. New Hampshire, we could call that. You know, we could just get rid of that. I mean, like,
South Dakota.
All of this is one place for me. Are we back to South Dakota already? Okay, well, I guess now it's time to decide. Let me see. I still have things to say. Well, we have 5 saved so far. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I actually don't know if we can keep it. I don't know if we can keep South Dakota. To no one's surprise, I don't think we can keep South Dakota. As much as I like Mount Rushmore, we can probably just grab those heads off the mountains and fly them into Wisconsin and give them something else to think about. Or in Colorado. They have lots of mountains. You can just rebuild Mount Rushmore and say in Colorado. So you know what? Sorry, South Dakota. Time to go. Nebraska. I never, like, I know the map of the United States pretty well. I always underestimate how high up Nebraska is. I always think it's where Kansas is. I feel like this whole zone, the middle section, is shifted down like one whole, like, Missouri. Like, I don't understand how it's so high up, and it honestly kind of scares me. So we're gonna get rid of that. Florida. Florida is the worst weather I could possibly imagine in any sort of living state ever. It's swampy, it's humid, it's hot. It's literally the worst environment for me to ever want to live in ever. Any of the warm states, I'm not going to like as much, just off of principle alone. So with that said, we're gonna cull Florida. I know it's a big state, it's a popular state, it's an important state. I don't care about it all that much. All right, it's not my fault. It's the state's fault. It should have done better, I think. Virginia as well. I just don't see it. I don't see it being necessary. Idaho's got the potatoes. It's probably my like top 5 state shapes. Look at this thing. It's funny. It kind of looks like the Statue of Liberty if you look at it close enough and squint and think of the Statue of Liberty, you know? I could see it. I'm gonna save it for now because I'm not too sure. New Mexico. For me, New Mexico and Arizona are basically the same place in my head. They're lovely. They're really nice. And I like New Mexico solely because it's where Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul take place. But I like Arizona because it has the Grand Canyon. And if I had to save one, I would only save one. I would probably side with the Grand Canyon. Because in my head, all this is going to get kind of smushed down into like its own thing, like Pangea-ified. So I'll be a lot closer to Arizona, so I'll actually be able to see the Grand Canyon in person at some point, which is pretty exciting. I will hold on to New Mexico just in case I change my mind about something else, like Delaware. Who the fuck wants Delaware? Who cares at all about Delaware? And Maryland, as funky, and like I could totally see their flag being an album cover for like an 80s band, like Duran Duran. I could see Duran Duran having that as an album cover right there. I wouldn't keep it. I would not keep it. I gotta be honest.
Virginia.
I was close to wanting to keep it just because, you know, like I have a lot of people in my family and people that I know who are named Mary, and having a whole little section of my America where they can just roam around and graze, you know, I feel like that'd be pretty cool, but I just can't make this. I can't make the cuts there. West Virginia. You know, it's got John Denver's song, but that's about the only good thing I know about West Virginia. Soup's having a little scream fest, isn't that right, Soup? Hi, buddy. Hi. How are you? Want to come up? You want to save Hawaii? Buddy, you want to save Hawaii? Because I don't think we need Hawaii. He doesn't want to get picked up, but he wants to be loved. So it's kind of a weird thing right there. But yeah, listen, I do want to keep one of the weird offshoot states. I do, because I think we should be able to expand our horizons as much as we please. You know, manifest destiny and all that. Soup, tell him I'm joking, okay? Tell him I'm joking. Can you tell him I'm joking? I'm joking. But I do think that Alaska is just the cooler one. And it's like Colorado and Arizona. Like, a lot of the western states that I'm going to save, I save because they're beautiful. Like, you look up things about them. You, like, see things about them. Again, I've never been to them. But from what I've seen and what I've heard, they're lovely. And I think Alaska is just one of those things. Hawaii, as much as I love Hawaii, I think it's a really cool place. I wouldn't want to go anywhere near it because I feel like a volcano in the next couple hundred years is just going to melt it to death anyway. It just seems like it's a little too hostile for me.
New Mexico.
And it's a little too off the nose. New Mexico's back already? Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I would probably say, I mean, listen, Mexico can have this one back. I will give them all this land if I can keep the Grand Canyon. I feel like that's very fair. So yeah, we'll scrap that. And Utah, it's got a beehive on the flag. I didn't know that. Do they do bees a lot in Utah? That's kind of cool. That's honestly pretty sick. I wouldn't keep Utah though. As much as I think the state is silly, it's like someone layered Wyoming over Utah, but they forgot to like blend it better. So they're just kind of a corner of it got lost in the fold. I don't really care that much for Utah. I can't think of a single thing about Utah. Except there used to be a kid in my middle school whose name sounded like Utah. It was not Utah, but we called them Utah. And that was about the extent of that. So I probably wouldn't keep it, gotta be honest. Oregon. I mean, Oregon has nothing for me to say about it. I gotta be honest there. And then we have Mississippi soup. Mississippi is a very fun state to say, but I don't think there's much else other than that saving it. It's got the White Lotus as a flag flower. That's pretty. It's a nice flag. I think a lot of these places have underrated flags. But Mississippi is just what? Who needs it? Who asked for it? I didn't. Goodbye, Mississippi.
Arizona.
All right? Arizona. There he is. And look at that. Look at that. That's such like a made in like freaking MS Paint. Like they just took the blocks of color and just glued that onto a state. But I love it. Arizona definitely deserves to stick around, as does the other place that I have been alive in, New York. You got the city, which is, there's like Staten Island. If I can just get rid of Staten Island, if I can glue that to New Jersey and blow it up, that'd be great. But the rest of it's okay. Brooklyn is great. Manhattan is good. The Bronx and the Queens, depending on my day, one of them's worse than the other. And then Staten Island is just kind of who needs it. But then the rest of the upstate is also very nice and beautiful and very cold. Lots of snow. I've been upstate a few times. Went upstate to see the eclipse. There's a lot of good memories in New York. I'd be keeping New York for sure. Alabama already knows what it's getting into based off the flag. Who needs it? Why is Alabama even still on this list here? Kentucky kind of looks like a tugboat. It kind of looks like the Titanic as it's hitting the iceberg, which I think is pretty cool. But that's about the only good thing going for it. I gotta be honest. Like, yeah, I don't really need Kentucky. It does have the chicken, but I don't really care much for the chicken. They had the popcorn chicken. When KFC had popcorn chicken, that's when they were peak. But then I haven't been able to buy it from there. I haven't been to a KFC in a while. The last time I had it, I ordered it like on Uber Eats or something, and they didn't have the popcorn chicken available, and I was really sad. So then I had some of their actual chicken, and it was just as mediocre and kind of bad that I remember. Missouri, I'm keeping.
Minnesota.
If you can't, Minnesota,
Texas.
I'm keeping as well. Texas, Texas is alright. It's cool. How many do we have anyway? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's still room for 4 states, and I know that I'm keeping at least 2. We could keep Texas, but honestly, why? Like it's big. It's very big. It's got like a top hat on, which is kind of cool, but there's just other better things to say about other states, So, I don't know. It's a tough decision. It's a tough call to have to make, but I don't need it. I don't need it. And now we're back to Washington. Okay, looking at this, I'm going to tell you guys my secret, all right? I want to keep the 2 places that I know the most, so there's those 2. I want to keep some beautiful places, so Alaska's there, Colorado's there, Arizona's there, Wisconsin for Wisconsin for the cheese. And then I want to keep the 5 here that make the person, because I think that would just be, if I could only keep 5 states, I'd keep Minnesota. I'd keep Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, and Louisiana, just because then that means our country would just be a big man, and I think that's funny. Like, my favorite thing about learning where the states were when I was in grade school was seeing just this giant man and remembering that there's a giant man in the middle of America, which I think is pretty cool. So I keep them every day of the week. So I need to keep at least 1 more. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's still 3 spots. I know of at least 1 more I'm keeping. These 2 are maybes. I have some no's. I definitely have some no's. Okay, that'd be 10. Well, actually, no, I think I have my whole list. Well, it's between one of these 2. I gotta be honest. These 2 are fighting for the last spot, so I'm gonna save them for the end there. Illinois, I don't have anything that bad to say about Illinois, but I also don't have that much good to say about it either,
Idaho.
so I gotta get rid of it. Idaho, you're saving for later. Massachusetts, I thought for sure I was going to keep Massachusetts because it's just a cool area. Boston's a big thing. I've not actually been, but I've heard really, really good things about most of Massachusetts. And it looks like a funny little flintlock pistol, which is always cool. But given the situation that we're standing in, I can't afford to give them the space. I'm sorry,
Nevada.
Massachusetts. And then we have Nevada. Nevada's got Vegas. Nevada's got just as much of the crazy mountainscape as these other states have. And honestly, they've got Vegas, which I love gambling. I love gambling. I don't really gamble like in casinos, but like video game gambling, I love that. And that wouldn't really have a basis to exist without Nevada and Las Vegas. So I gotta say, hey,
Montana.
welcome to the club. And if you're up there-ish, you're probably gonna get pretty cold, maybe like over here. I don't actually know the weather of Nevada, but it's probably pretty actually like dry warm, which is like, hey, if you're gonna be warm, may as well be dry warm. Montana has a face like sticking out of it, like sniffing Idaho's ass, which is cool. But again, that's about it. Iowa, we are keeping. I want to be very clear here, and we're not keeping Wyoming
Alaska.
either. I don't know jack about like any of these states, but because they are the foundation of the man, they have to stay. Alaska
Washington.
is good. I dig it. And now we're at a situation.
Idaho.
Let's go. Can we get
Washington.
Ohio? Where's
Ohio.
There's Ohio. Yeah, get rid of Ohio. We don't need Ohio. Sorry, Ohio. We have Pennsylvania. So now we're at the last two, and it's all. I think we still have one more, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. So we are either keeping Idaho or Washington, the potato founding of the world, or just cool state in general. I actually have my decision already, and I didn't think I did. I was gonna go Washington. I was going to go Washington, but then I realized we already have the cheese in the world, like the best cheese we could make. Then we can have the best potatoes that the world could ever make, and then we can have like the freaking greatest, like potatoes and cheese are like the two things that I love about my food existence the most. So having a big foundation on those two things, we'd be living. And then, I can't actually, okay, well, we're going to pretend Washington was just X'd out here. So overall, these are my 13 states. I think they're pretty solid picks. I think they're very fair picks. Obviously, Florida, Texas, and California. Like, I think the big four states in like America are California, Texas, Florida, and New York. And I kept one of them, which I think is okay. It's pretty good. Yeah, these two are my home, and then these are just places that I think are cool and I'd like to go to at some point, maybe, but they're just really pretty. Idaho's got the potatoes. Wisconsin has the cheese, and then the man. Those are my 13 states that I would keep. These are my 13 colonies. This is my New-nited states of America. So thank you all for tuning in. Next week, we will be actually doing, our regularly scheduled programming. This is just something I thought would be fun to do, and it was. I'm very glad to have done it. And let me know which states you would keep, if you know anything about the states. I know I have a fair amount of people who are not from the states who watch this stuff. So, but if you do, put your 13 down, and I'll take a look, and I will tell you that I probably disagree, because it's not going to be this list, so I'm going to have to disagree. But I'll tell you why I disagree. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and I'll see you all next. Bye!